What's up, everybody? Welcome to Mr. Straight Facts Show. I am Mr. Straight Facts. I'm back. Your boy's neck works. We all good. So I just want to get back to you. I want to thank you guys for all your positive thoughts and prayers and things that you sent me while I was out for a few days. I'm a lot better now, and we can get back into it. Now, um, since we last spoke, all kinds of crazy things happened. I'm going to deal with some of the things that happened over the weekend because it was just insane. But let's deal with what happened today. Okay. What happened today was Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu, they met today, right? Then they had this little whack ass press conference and or whatever the thing was. They wouldn't let the press speak. And then they went on their way to go sign something that absolutely means shit because the people whom they want to agree with weren't there to sign and had no partake in this whatsoever. It wasn't like a deal between the actual people. Maybe I'm just like, are we geniuses? I mean, seriously, are we geniuses? I don't understand it because I really don't understand the stupidity. It seems like if I'm going to be in a fight with you, put it this way. Let's make it simple. Let's dumb it down. Let's say me and you are married, right? We got a problem that we need to solve amongst our marriage. Do I go to a counselor and me and that person makes a decision on how me and my wife is going to work these problems out? Or do we go to a couples counseling where somebody that is a mediator, where we both air our grievances and we come to some conclusion or divorce and just say, fuck it? I mean, that's how negotiations work, right? I mean, am I confused here? So you leave Palestine out of the motherfucking decision and you bring together a blockhead fucker named Benjamin Netanyahu and a dipshit named Donald Trump, and those two come together and decide the fate of Palestinians. Why the fuck do you come off acting like you can decide what the fuck they do? I don't understand that shit. Donald Trump is the one that said he wanted to build hotels there and that he somehow wanted to own this bitch. Remember, Donald Trump was the one was like, oh, we got to get Greenland, right? And we want to purchase them and we want to purchase Canada. He can't get them, so he's trying to purchase Palestine. Yeah, you got to listen to this. I call it a 20-piece because it's chicken shit. This 20-piece Gaza peace thing. Yeah. 20-piece. Nobody wants this shit, and I'm surprised if they'll want it. Because if they do, they really haven't read through the shit. And we're going to go over it. Hey, DJ, I see you. I see you, Vera. We're going to go over this shit real quick. Okay? This is the 20-piece that they put together without the Palestinians. And then, before this, they literally go on and give a press conference and basically did the mafia thing that the FCC guy said. We can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way. That literally came out of the mouth of Benjamin Netanyahu. You're talking about somebody clowning the shit out of America and Palestine. Speaking Donald Trump speak. Kissing the ass of Donald Trump trying to get his way. If it was me, I would separate from Israel until that fucker's gone. I would say, Israel, no more money, no more cash, no more protection. Kiss my ass until this dude is gone. Because this is not somebody who really gives a damn about making this shit work out for your country. As long as he's there, America's out. That's what I would do. I would bounce on him. Because that's some clown shit. To come here and talk about we can do it the easy way or the hard way. You know damn well that country is not going to accept you basically bullying the fuck out of them as you always have been. And then to get an intermediary, which is Donald Trump, who said he wanted to own the place and decide what he wanted to do with it. And this 20-piece bullshit they put together basically gives Donald Trump ownership or decisions over Palestine. Say what? What does this country come to? Do they think we stupid? Or do they don't they don't care that we're just smart? The dumb people running the place. It's running amok. Let's give you these 20 pieces right here. First one, Gaza will be de-radicalized, terror free zone rather, and that no longer poses a threat to its neighbors. Gaza didn't pose a threat to you to begin with. They didn't have shit. They were defending themselves. If you go back and pay attention to how this shit all started, Israel bombed them first. They bombed back the way they wanted to bomb back. I'm sorry. Now, I mean, let me kind of clear this up for everybody, okay? Because the shit done got all mixed up in the minutia. Prior to the actual killing and beheading, they say there's no facts to show that, but that's what they say. I'll take it for their word. Prior to all that shit happening, like on October 7th or whatever the hell it was, right? Prior to that happening, what did Israel do to Palestine? Nobody fucking knows. Why? Because they don't talk about it. Who was the aggressor that started the shit? It would be Israel. Yeah. They bombed them earlier. And they just said, fuck it. We're tired of getting bombed and treated like shit. And they came back and retaliated. First of all, I want you to answer this very trivial question. It should be easy for a fourth grader, okay? When you was a kid and you got bullied, okay? If you got bullied or you were the bully, because either way it goes, if you're no longer the bully, you got eventually. But here's the point. When you went to school and they bullied you, and they ended up bullying you, let's say, right out in front of your house or close by in the sight of mom or uncle or father or somebody that saw it, right? Now that person, bow, got you. You know, like, you start running, all right? You go to the house. As soon as you got to that door, the door wouldn't open. Why wouldn't it open? Because your mom would open that motherfucker up and say, if you don't go out there and beat that little kid's ass, you ain't sleeping here tonight. And then you go out there and you pounce the fuck out of this little kid because you want to go home and eat. Either that or you got your ass kicked. Either way, you put in some effort to get your ass back into the house because your mom wasn't going to let you be a punk. And so you're trying to tell me that you expect Palestinians and Hamas to be punks to that blockhead not Netanyahu. By the way, keep that motherfucker off American soil. He's a fucking criminal. Get him the fuck out of here. The fuck y'all bringing criminals in this damn country for? Because we got a president you decide to have as a criminal. Netanyahu's ass should never be able to set foot on this soil. Neither Putin. The fuck is wrong with y'all? This country is supposed to be like a great country. How? We let these little pieces of shit human beings come onto our soil and degrade anything that we try to become. America the Great. How? You allow these tyrants on our soil, desecrate our country, ride in our vehicle that no other tyrant has ever been in. Putin driving around, riding around in the beast, smiling and waving. What the fuck was that? The weakest fucking president in America let our enemies into our fucking vehicles. I don't know how y'all think you don't got it twisted. This man wants America dead and gone, and we sitting here treating him like he's somebody cool to hang out with. This man vowed to destroy America not too long ago when Clinton then was president and shit. He vowed to destroy America way back. Even when Bush and Reagan tear the wall down, Soviet Union, he vowed to destroy America. And you guys let him ride around in the vehicle like he your best buddy. We got dumbasses running the fucking country. This man playing y'all like a fucking flute. Running around, riding, laughing and shit in the vehicle that he should never even gotten close to, let alone drive in, and didn't do anything Donald Trump asked him to do. That's one person that's been wearing the hell out of America and making us look like a bunch of simps. Now back to Netanyahu's ass doing the same thing. This man stepping on our soil talking shit like he's somebody. He's nobody. A tyrant. In his own country, many of them don't like him. He out here trying to tell people how they're going to make a decision. How about you actually negotiate with the people instead of trying to negotiate with our little orange dipshit as if that's going to make them move? And if it does, like I said, they got punked. If you can hear me, Palestine, the fuck you think they're going to do to you? You think they're going to really live by what they say? Hell fuck no. And on top of that, the things they say in this thing is literally owning you, and they make the decisions on when you have a better life. You just sit there and just wait it out. Oh, and they offer you the same old bullshit they said, but in a different term. You can leave if you want, and you can come back if you choose. That's called get the fuck out, and we're going to make it so that you can't get your ass back in. But it sounds good, doesn't it? Now try to bring your ass back after they kick you out. It's insane. Terror-free zone when Israel is the terror. Go and look up history. Don't listen to me. Go look up history and see. Just recent history. Israel bombed Gaza first. The shit you saw was a retaliation. And the example I gave you earlier, the way you bully me does not determine how I get you back. Israel bombed them for no fucking reason. The get back was at October 7th. And the get back was good. And then you decide to go and murder their entire fucking country after you started it. So let me see this. You started some shit. They got back at you. Then you started some bigger shit. And now you wanted to go back to the way it was. You run everything. So they died for no fucking reason. Man, shut the fuck up. Oh, ugly ass blockhead bastard gonna sit here and tell everybody, oh, we gotta figure this out. Donald Trump, do it the hard way and do it the easy way. Get the fuck out of America. Stay the fuck out of America. I don't want your ass here. They may want you, but Americans don't. I'm tired of this pussy ass country allowing everybody in this motherfucker acting like they can be here and tell us what to do. That fucker came and got on our grounds and started telling us. Remember when Obama was president? The Republicans had this fool sitting in the House or Senate trying to tell Obama what to fucking do. That shit had never happened in American history. Wasn't until these blockhead, racist, disrespectful MAGA people got into office that they start desecrating America. Letting Putin shit all over America. Letting Netanyahu shit all over America and call this shit chocolate. How the fuck is that? I thought we were supposed to be leaders in this damn world. Instead, we're breaking all our relationships with all the people that we have built relationships with, the ones who have been our allies and have lost blood alongside of us. Not that Israel hasn't, but you got to know the history of Israel. Israel ain't nothing but America. You're going to hear the facts today if you don't know them. Israel is no different than America. America colonized the New World, or Europeans colonized the New World. Israelites, or the what's it called? The Ashkenazi Jews, they colonized Palestine. Came there pretending like, oh, you know what? We feel, Hitler fucked with us. Could you please let us into your house? Please? We just want to come here and have a better life. You see what Hitler did to us? You see it, right? And what did the Palestinians do? Oh, come on. Of course, we saw that. That's crazy. Come on in. And as soon as you did that, what did you do? Huh? You killed them. You raped them. You did the exact same shit that the Europeans did to the Native Americans here, the indigenous. And you want to holler like you had it bad. You did have it bad. But then you turn around and lost all that by doing the exact same thing Hitler wanted to do to your ass to the fucking Palestinians. I'm going to tell it like it really fucking is. I don't give a fuck about none of what y'all saying. Tell the fucking truth, shame the devil. Tired of this shit. Hiding behind lies. You're no better than fucking Hitler. You did the exact same thing, but you know what's so fucked up? Hitler failed. You succeeded. You're the same as him, but worse. You chose a different way to kill your people. He chose to burn them alive. You chose to kill them, rape them, and kick them out of their own country. And forever, you want to keep them as basically slaves to you, controlling their water, their electricity, all that shit. Hitler didn't do that. He didn't put you through hell forever. He took 4 years of trying to eliminate you. And then what? Got killed or killed himself. It was over. You're back to getting your life back together. And what did you do? Instead of taking the fucking high road, you became Hitler Jr. and succeeded at the same shit he tried to do in Germany to you. Tell the fucking truth. Quit lying. Go back and look at history. Am I lying? No. I'm sick of this shit. You shouldn't be considered better until you do better. How the fuck is taking over somebody else's country the same way they try to take over your ass better? That's the exact same. You think I'm lying? Go back and look it up. Sick of this shit. This country lies too fucking much. Israel, you lie too fucking much. That was not your soil. You want to go back to biblical times? Well, guess what? We don't give a fuck about your Bible. Your Bible ain't fucking the only Bible out. So how the fuck does your Bible override the Muslims? It doesn't. Their Bible says they were there forever. Yours says that you were there many, many centuries ago. Your ass was in Germany. Got punked out of your land by the Romans. Not by them. Romans kicked your ass up out of fucking that area. And you come back and kill people that ended up getting it away from the Romans? That's if you believe in the Bible. It's so crazy how this Bible is supposed to be about God and love, and all it brings is destruction and murder and greed. How the hell can y'all bring up God's name? God is good all the time. All the time, God is good. You motherfuckers are evil. How the fuck you got God in you? God is love. Where do you see love in killing people and taking their own land because you feel like it's some kind of homeland to you? Did Jesus say do that? Does it say that in your Bible? Kill and let thee be killed? No, it says love. So quit preaching that you got some kind of love in your system. You out here fucking killing people for no fucking reason. I saw a documentary. I'm going to tell it. I just saw a documentary of a young girl, 25 years old, living in Gaza, hearing bombs go off every day because Netanyahu and these Israel people who think they fucking are God's second coming decide to kill these people. They're just sitting at home chilling. They ain't got shit to do with Hamas. This 25-year-old woman in this documentary, you get to know her, you get to like her, you get to love her, and then you say, fuck Benjamin Netanyahu because he fucking killed her. Her and her entire family. You get to see her family. They're wonderful young people having a good time. She lost her friend, had to go to her funeral. Just when this girl was in this documentary, you know what was supposed to happen to her? She was supposed to go to Cannes, the film festival, because they saw her film along with this lady who was doing this mostly over phone calls. The lady, I guess, was paying her to go outside and shoot with her little phone camera. And she go out there and risk her life to make this documentary for this. I don't know whether she was white or some other. She seemed like she was from a European of some sort. She go out there and risk her life to get this footage for this white woman. Bring it back, and they made a documentary. Instead of her going to see Cannes, Benjamin Netanyahu and his little thugs broke into her home and killed the entire fucking family. That's who Benjamin Netanyahu is. Fuck y'all. Getting tired of you guys acting like you closer to God. How the fuck you closer to God killing people? That woman didn't cause any problems whatsoever. You're going to break into their homes and kill the entire lot of family like they were a threat to you. I would never like Israel for this shit. I would never like Benjamin Netanyahu for this shit. And fuck all y'all if y'all got a problem with it. 10 toes down. You see this documentary and tell me you don't think you are the bad guys. Beautiful family, loving family, 20-something years old. Fuck you, Netanyahu. And fuck you, Trump, for being next to this little bastard. You should have arrested him. Fucking country is straight pussy. Can't fucking do anything right. All you do is evil shit. Oh, I can't stand y'all, man. Now I'm talking about the leaders. And CNN, MSNBC, all y'all. You have a responsibility to get the facts out here. I'm sick and tired of you guys skating by fucking facts. You let these Republican MAGA pieces of shit human beings come onto your station and literally lie through their fucking teeth. No pushback. Just allow them to lie. You'll say some stupid shit like, well, you know, that's disingenuous. Fuck that. It's a lie. Fuck the disingenuous bullshit. It's a hateful, disrespectful lie. Call it what it is. I vow to never allow these lying bastards to tell me these lies in front of me without me calling them out for what the fuck they are. You guys continue down that fucking road you choose. But I get offended when you lie to me. I just don't push that shit under a rug. Because the lies start to take breath. They turn into monsters. That's why you see all these people out here unaliving people. Because those lies took breath into their souls. And these people believe those lies so much that they've taken lives because of these fake ass bullshit MAGA lies. And you guys give breath to that shit. You give it life. You should kill it. Soon as he says it, break it down. It's a lie. If you aren't fast enough to do it, the next segment should be a surprise to these MAGA. You should kill the next segment and educate the public on what the fucking truth is. But no, you're chasing dollars instead of making sense. I'm sick of it. America should be sick of being lied to. I don't know how many of you guys just love to be lied to. No wonder you don't have no relationship worth a damn. You lie to each other and you think this shit's normal. It's not. You try to normalize this shit. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Every day, I watch a news segment and see lie after lie after lie. And what are you supposed to be, journalism? A journalist? You're supposed to be journalist. Aren't you supposed to be fighting for the truth? For the American people? Why do we even invest in you whatsoever when you allow lies to live and therefore allow the discourse in this country? The division comes because you guys don't police these liars. They can say whatever they want to say. But the consequence is, once they say it, sir, that is a complete and utter lie. And the facts are, bow, bring a receipt. You know what kills me is that they say the exact same lie. And so when you bring up a topic that has to deal with the exact same lie, CNN, MSNBC, you should already have content to literally put up beside them and say what he or she is saying, here are the fucking receipts. It makes no sense. You have the technology. So at this point, it comes to my attention that you are purposely putting out lies because the division shoots up your ratings. And the destruction of America is on you too. You're no different than Trump. You pretend act like you are different than him. You act like you can't defeat the lies with all the technology. The AI, as soon as they fucking open their mouths, something on the left or the right of them can populate with the actual fucking truth. You don't even have to do the fucking homework. So at this point, we must think. You want the lie out there because the lie benefits your bottom line. So is this really journalism or sensationalism or just capitalism? Or all of it with a little journalism sprinkled in that shit, I guess. Think about that for a hot second. How did I come up with a solution like that and you guys got the money and they never came up with a fucking solution? You don't want one. So quit acting like you're real journalists. You're not. You're sensationalist. You got something with an ist on the end of it, but it's sensationalist. There's no journalism in it. All right. The second thing that they said, Gaza will be rebuilt and redeveloped for the benefit of its people who have suffered enormous damage. Cut the bullshit. The damage was caused by Netanyahu and Trump allowing the shit to go and Biden allowing the shit to go. Facts are facts. We should have defunded Israel a long fucking time ago. We should have never gave them fucking weapons. Why? Because they're the tyrant. I don't give two shits if you're mad at me for it. I'm telling the fucking truth. Shame the devil. Where am I lying? We're, as America, is just as bad because we taught and helped Israel do what it did to the Palestinians. So we don't have clean hands, but we can start to clean them. We can make it better. But no, we choose to be the same. And that's why they want you dumb. That's why they don't want to educate you. Because you become wise like me and start to see all the shit that we've done and continue to do. They don't want to be better. They want you to be dumb so they continue to do the same shit that we don't want. You're less safe because they continue down this path. Know why? Because they dumb you down and think about the other countries. They're making their people brighter. So eventually, your kids will become their slaves. Wait a minute, America's got so many bombs and we got so much. That shit gets old when technology comes out. Right? We keep it investing, but we got stupid people running it. At a certain point, the average American reads at a 6th grade level. These other countries are at college levels. Eventually, when they get tired of America, they'll just join together and fuck us up. You'll be too stupid to realize it. I'm not saying it's happening tomorrow. I'm just saying your kids, grandkids might see their demise as America the beautiful and more like America the enslaved. You can't get dumber and end up being the top dog all around the world. The moment these other countries come together because Donald Trump is forcing them, our people who are our allies, forcing them to come together with the people they couldn't stand, China, Japan, Korea, couldn't stand each other. Now they don't came together because dipshit and the racist MAGA group decides they're going to push them away and think that they're not going to start their own economic system. At some point in time, they're going to get tired of it. They've already got tired of it. They don't start at BRICS. They don't start at other things. And also what Donald Trump is trying to get into, what is into majorly cryptocurrencies. Once they devalue the dollar, we're not the top dog anymore. And why would they need to devour the dollar and shit like that? Because as far as I see, America keeps fucking up with every country because we keep letting the Republicans decide how this country's going to roll. These tariffs, they think, we're powerful and white and they're just going to like us because we're powerful and white. They already own our debt, you dipshit. Because you are stuck in that mindset doesn't mean the other country's going to stay that way. You would hope it be that way. But you don't negotiate by terror. Eventually, people will be like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's dance. They allowed an orange guy that his professors say with hate in their heart that this man is the dumbest goddamn student I ever had in my life, just by hearing this man's name, that brought up that thing to this man. This before he became a politician and all this MAGA shit came. He just knew Donald Trump was that stupid. And you guys, MAGA, invested in the dumbest man to ever go to any type of college. Mr. Bone Spurs dipshit McGee. And you elected it. What does that say about you? You know damn well when this man speaks. I heard Abby Phillips say some shit like, because they always try to talk shit about the Democrats and how we speak above dipshit level. And I'm like, excuse me, but why the hell should we have to speak down to dumb fucks that don't make the effort to learn how to even understand or comprehend English? Yet you have a problem with immigrants not speaking the language perfectly, but you can't understand a fucking 8th grade level. It's the hypocrisy for me. You stay dumb and be pissed off that educated immigrants speak down to you, when you lived here your whole fucking life and you chose to be lazy. Didn't pull yourself up by your economic bootstraps. You decide to sit there and wallow in stupidity like a pig. And then don't lift yourself up and get pissed at everybody else. We're the majority. I know, but you're stupid. Why would we want to lower ourselves to you? Oh, well, we'll just kill you. Oh, that's no. Oh, wait, okay. I see. That's the great equalizer. You send your little MAGA minion murder troop to go out and kill people and then blame it on liberals. We're going to get to that. So if both sides accept this plan, the war ends immediately. But why would Palestine accept this plan? They don't get any reason. You're going to tell me to demilitarize so I can't protect myself, so Bibi Netanyahu can go and just kill us all up. We ain't got no way to defend ourselves. That's what you're asking. Man, kiss my ass. I wouldn't even say that yes to that shit. They may. I don't know. I don't know what their situation may be. They may be desperate at this point. But any logical thinking person would be like, go suck rocks. They want to determine, once they make this decision, that Israel gets to determine what hostages are released. But Palestine doesn't get to determine which of their hostages are released. Israel gets to determine when the dead can be released from Hamas. Hamas can't determine when there are 15, I think it's 15, people who are dead over there, deceased Gazans, can come back to them. It's determined by Israel. Fuck you, Israel. I said it with my full chest, 10 toes down. What kind of shit is that? And I don't give a fuck who's out there that's from Israel or Jewish and say, oh, he's talking, fuck you. If you see this shit and you got no problems with it, fuck you. You know the history of your country. Don't act like you don't. I don't like colonizers, and I damn sure don't like Jewish people who did this shit to them. Fuck you. You're the same as colonizers. Just the same. 100% the same. Ain't no different. Your people in your country killed, raped, murdered, children, families, all that. Kicked them off their own land when they were kind to you, just like the Pilgrims were. Hey, come on, not the Pilgrims, but the natives were. They said, oh, come on. We got food and everything for y'all. Oh, okay. As soon as you finish eating, you start killing everybody. You did the same shit. You Trojan horsed the Palestinians. Fuck you. 100%. Fuck them. Fuck you. Don't sit here and try to get, and it kills me how people sit here and try to say, well, they've helped a lot in America. They have. And you deserve all the praise for that. You really do. But you don't get excused for the bullshit you did. That's like saying, you know what? I went over here and killed a whole village of people. But then I came over here and I helped the black people. I'm good, right? No. You're good with the black people, but as far as that goes to the Palestinians, fuck you. You don't get to go over here and help another group of people while you fucked over another group. Man, shut up. Fuck is wrong with y'all? I don't understand this country's thought processes. You should start thinking about doing right for people. I don't believe none of y'all believe in God, because there's no way in hell you're making it to heaven with the shit you do. Sit there and talk about God good, God is this, God is that, Jesus told me this, Jesus told me that, and then turn around and do the most evilest shit. Be like, God will forgive me. Hail Mary 75 million times. Or whatever Jewish people do or Muslim people do, or whatever you do to pray, to try and pray the evil away. It makes no sense. It's bullshit. It's something that you could try and make yourself believe you're not evil. You are. You are. Admit it and move on with it. You might as well come out of the fucking evil closet and just stay that way. At least we get to see you from a distance, instead of this bullshit of wearing a cross when you don't believe in it. After the hostages are returned, Israel releases a specified number of Palestinian prisoners. They determine. Then, if the Hamas members who commit to nonviolence and decommission weapons, they may be granted amnesty. Oh, can I really, Father? It's, boy, immediately upon acceptance, full humanitarian aid must flow to Gaza, rehabilitating their water, their electricity, the sewage, hospitals, bakeries, blah, blah, blah. The aid distribution, Rafah crossing, will be open both directions. Gaza will be governed temporarily by a technocratic, apolitical Palestinian committee. And guess what that committee would be called? The Board of Peace. Sounds like somebody who wants a peace prize. The Board of Peace. How corny. And guess who gets to be the international transitional body of Board of Peace? That would be Donald Trump. So you're going to tell me that Palestinians is going to hand over the decision about how their country is going to roll for the next few years or whatever? How the money's going to flow in. I can see a bunch of Trump hotels and restaurants and shit and bullshit casinos coming in filled with gold and gaudy bullshit. That's what I see. And you think they're going to want that from Donald Trump? Jesus. Then he said possible other people might be on this board. It's Tony Blair. The fuck that come from? But Palestinians don't get to control their own country. This Board of Peace gets to determine if the Palestinians are good enough to take care of their own people. Man, fuck you. All of you. A Trump economic development plan. Donald Trump doesn't know jack shit about economics. And the people they got running our country has been destroying our economics. Have you seen the cost of bread, eggs, cereal? Have you not? Has the prices of homes gone up or down? Are you able to take care of your family like you used to, or are you kind of like put piece and shit together? There are families in America that eat less a day because they can't afford shit. And those aren't necessarily poor families. Some of them are middle class. They just have bigger families. They got to ration shit in this fucking country. And you want to sit here and tell me that the dipshit that fucked up the economy that was going this way is going to come over there and determine how your country rolls. I can see the tariffs are coming, which means if you're already broke over there, which I've seen it from watching that documentary, there ain't no way none of y'all going to survive this man. They're going to put this shit up and make it look like it's shiny and beautiful. It is a piece of shit wrapped in gold. 100. Says no one, this is number 16, no one will be forced to leave Gaza. Those who want to leave are free to do so and free to return later. See, later doesn't have a term or deciding factor. Later could be 100 years. Later could be 20 years. Later could be when we've decided it's been developed enough for you to come back. While other people are living there, no, it's not developed enough yet. Try again in another 5 years. No definitive terms here. All up in the air bullshit. Who negotiates to crap? Then when they say, this shit's too vague, I ain't agreeing. We tried. Oh, we tried. It's the Palestinians. Really? An idiot can look at this and realize this is not definitive. And it's so wide open that it destroys Palestinians' lives and doesn't lift it. That it kicks them out of the country, but has a sugar-coated way to do it. That it takes away the control, whereas they don't get to determine whether a house is built here or a church is built here or if a Trump hotel is built there. Or if his billionaire friends get to have all the property amongst the water while the rest of y'all get sent to the fucking mountains. It doesn't say any of this shit, but trust and believe, because I'm American and I know how these colonizers work, they're trying to fuck you. And trust me, you'll wish you had died than agreed with this. His economic plan is going to rebuild Gaza. Like I said, hotels. Oh, wait a minute. The special economic zones. Sounds like opportunity zones, doesn't it? Special economic zones. Beware, Muslims or Palestinians. This economic zone you talk about is called regentrification. That's what that is. If you're not aware what regentrification is, please stand by for a hot second. It literally means that once we build, the things aren't built for you. Even though it's your home in your area, the billionaires will come in and build areas that you cannot afford and not give you jobs as therefore you can afford them. Now, because you're in a different country, they may not afford you what Americans get, which they get a situation where if poor people have to be given 10%, like the max, I believe it is, 10% of the property that's built there, because you just can't kick 100% of the people out. You got to leave 10% there. But beware, that 10% will be there for a while, but then they'll start raising the prices. Within 5 years, you won't be able to afford, and that 10% will be gone, and it'll be 100% of people that afford the area now, and the poorer people will get the fuck out. No schooling for you. No nice food area for you, no safety areas for you. You're moved off into in your situation, I don't know what your country looks like, but off into the sticks or somewhere else where other poor people live. And you'll no longer get to be in the country that your family died. They'll put a hotel over their bodies, their dead bodies. Trust and believe this. That's what they mean by special economic zone. Don't trust these white people. Please. Muslim people, speaking from a black man, speaking from a descendant of slaves, don't trust these white people telling you they're going to help you. They only know one thing: help thine white and fuck everybody else. That's what colonizers know. And beware, you are dealing with colonizers. Us and our bastard little child called Israel. Yes, go look up history. Don't listen to them. Go look up the history and you'll see. I don't lie. I tell the truth kind of harshly, but because you say it all nice and calm, they don't fucking listen. And I ain't trying to make them happy. I want to piss them the fuck off. Why? Because I'm exposing their ass. I'm bringing them out the fucking hateful closet. No one will be forced to leave Gaza. Those who want to leave are free to do so. In other words, we're not going to kill you or rape you like we did before to take your land. We're going to give you opportunity to go under pressure. Translating this for you. 17. The plan bars Hamas from any role in governance in Gaza under this transitional arrangement. So, you fought and died, valiant soldiers, for what you believed in. Put down your weapons, disarm yourself, and you can't be a part of any structure of the country you died for, you fought for, and bled for. Because the people who killed your ancestors and killed your kids and moms and grandmas and babies are coming in and being treated like they were the good guys when they're actually the evil bastards that started it all. Ooh, the gaslighting is strong. 18. Israel will not annex Gaza under the plan. Sounds good to some degree, but don't trust them. Like I said, you just can't trust these people. When it comes to racist white people, colonizers, don't believe a word they said or say. If you want to ask anybody, ask black people who've learned it. Ask the indigenous and natives who've learned it. There ain't no good to come out of Benjamin Netanyahu or the orange chump Donald Trump. There's nothing to win there. It's kind of a lose-lose, but at least one way you lose with respect. The other way, you're treated like the bastard kids, the way they've been treating you for the past, since 1948? 19, a gradual stage withdrawal of Israeli forces. No, get the fuck out now. Just go. Just go. You can bring in forces from other countries that are allies, and they can see your little way out while they protect. That way, they can be able to protect and actually tell the fucking truth of what happened. Maybe there should be an intermediary in between. But nobody that trusts Israel. They don't want harm to Israel. But maybe some of those people who walked out of the UN when that bastard spoke, maybe they can send people from their country to guard the area in which Israel says they want to be there. No, you're not to be trusted. In Palestine, don't trust them. Ask for an intermediary to be against that wall so that they actually protect. And if any Israel people come over, they know they can get that ass dealt with from another country. Because we need a real arbiter of fact, not Israel. They lie. All right, 20. The plan leaves open a future role of Palestinian statehood, but only after Gaza redevelopment and Palestinian Authority reforms. So you're telling us after Gaza redevelops, with Donald Trump building Trump hotels and all this shit, that the Palestinians can have their country back, the authority and all that, whatever you've put as a leader of said country, of Palestine. You house the politician. You decide. Maybe I guess it's a democratic situation where they get voted in by the people. You didn't say that, and you never trust them because they didn't say that. Put that shit on paper. But what it sounds like, if you speak regular human, it would be like, oh, so we'll get our country back and we'll get the future role of having, we'll become a state. That's what we want. Fine. After development, okay, cool. And then the Palestinian Authority will become our own state. We'll control our country. Sounds great. But who determines what? That's the problem. And again, don't trust these kind of white people. Not to be trusted. None whatsoever. They're deadly, they're liars, they're evil, they're not of God. No matter how many crosses they wear, they do not bear Jesus Christ, God, Allah, whatever the Israeli people pray to, they do not worship him. These people, not all Israeli people, but these people, the ones who are making this deal with you, they're not of God. They're not of whatever they say they believe in. No, nothing from God has evil in it. They give us free will. But the moment you cross over to evil, it ain't like coming back like, oh man, I just stepped back over to Niceville. No, you evil, you evil. And if you get away with it, you continue to do it. And these people have continued to do evil in the name of God and Jesus. Don't listen to me. Go look in the history of all people who claim to be religious or spiritual and do devilish shit. All of them. From Hitler to Idi Amin, just keep going. You'll never find one that really believed in any kind of God. They believed they were God. They determined. Go back to even biblical times. There was a group of people that actually killed Jesus. They thought they were better than Jesus. Like a lot of these white nationalists who thinks Jesus was a punk. Not my words. One of these white nationalists said that shit. That he was not strong enough. The man that can turn water into wine. The man that put ears back on. The man that did miracles and washed feet of the homeless. You got these white nationalists saying he was too weak. He was too woke. Does that sound like a Christian? I don't know what Christian they talking about. I thought you're supposed to be afraid of this person that instead of making fun of him. It just don't compute. But somehow in a dumb mind, that shit computes. Disrespect God and Jesus. Because he isn't as batshit crazy as you. And you're better than him because you're not woke. Never mind the fact that Jesus and God created us all. He didn't make you the arbiter of anything. You chose to do it because you have evil in your heart. You killed and murdered and raped. That doesn't make you a supreme being. That makes you an evil being. The dumb fuckery is strong in these people. That's what they called it. That's what they called it. Now, if you really wanted to make a deal, really, you would incorporate the Palestinians. Not dictate to them what you're going to do. And if not, they'll be held to pay. And the fact that some Americans heard that and thought it was a good deal, even on the news, I'm like, wow, this country's more lost than I thought. Out of the 20, there are 10 things that need to be changed in order for, like, even for me to accept. But that's them. They decide what they're going to do. It's their country. I'm just letting you know how these people think, because my ancestors have taught me over the centuries, as well as me being learned, that you can't trust them as far as you can spit. They're not in this for it to be a win-win. They're in this for it to be a win-lose. And they want you to lose, but they want you to be stupid enough to sign your loss away to them. So they win and they fuck you over while you think you got to win. None whatsoever. I say no. Palestinians, you do what you do. It's your world. I'm just a squirrel. On to another process that happened this past weekend. This weekend, two crazed shooters. One at a, what was that at? That was in Southport, North Carolina. That was the second one, to be honest. Guy by the name of Nigel Edge, an ex-Marine. Now, it's crazy how this man gets caught, and then all of a sudden, you know what? I got PTSD. And? The fuck that's got to do with you killing people? You should have got help before you kill people. I know many of people with PTSD, they have never picked a weapon up and shot a soul in America. Now, I know another one, personally, that took up a weapon and killed himself, but he didn't go out and murder other people. So that little blurb you pushed out, I'm sorry for you. But if you didn't get help, maybe it is the politicians or the government that didn't take care of the military and you didn't have access to the medical health care that you needed. But if you can unalive people, get your ass back on your boat, and then calmly try to get your boat off the water and lock it up, and then the police come around and grab you up, and you got the wherewithal to say that, oh, you know what? I got PTSD. And you got enough sense to not pull the fucking trigger. You quick with the excuse, but you couldn't talk yourself out of unaliving people? Just sitting around having a good time at this, what is it called? I forgot the name of the American fish place or some shit, like a fish company. They just sitting there chilling, eating. And the thing that kills me, no pun intended, the people, from what I've learned so far, it may have changed, the people who got killed or unalived or harmed most were people who were coming there as tourists. So you had nothing against these human beings. It wasn't like you were shooting at somebody that you was pissed off at. You shot into a crowd of people you did not know. And then bring up the excuse that you were in the military and you had PTSD and got shot in the head and shot in the body. Thank you for your service. But then again, like I said before, one act does not erase the other. I saw somebody in a comment to one of these damn things that said that our country didn't protect our military and it's not his fault. Fuck that. It's his fault. Now, the military can share in it, but don't you dare take away his faults and say the military caused it. No. He chose to pull the trigger. He chose to load the gun. He chose what gun it was going to be. He chose to get on the boat. He chose to drive there, ride there, whatever you want to call a boat fucking does. Got there, sat there, thought about it, planned it, and did the deed. That did not happen by the military. That happened by his evilness. The military could have helped him become more evil than he actually was when he was born from his parents. I get that. But please stop this. Oh, there's something wrong with him. Fuck all that. The people who are laying dead now don't get to have an excuse. Oh, I was eating shrimp instead of chicken. Oh, I was sitting to my back to it. I could have turned around and dodged the bullet. You don't have that. So spare me the bullshit. Then you got the other killer in Michigan. Thomas Jacob Sanford. No, so Trip, both of these people served in the military at the exact same time. Both of these people are 40 years old. I don't know what it means. Oh, and both of them white and crazy as shit. But I don't know what it means. But I do know. Those are the facts. So Thomas Jacob Sanford. I want to first help you understand how I found out about Thomas Jacob Sanford. This was on my timeline on social media. And I don't know how I got onto the conservative side of this social media platform. But I'm scrolling. I'm like, damn. Am I on the wrong thing? Why am I seeing this over and over and over again? And it was MAGA blaming Thomas Jacob Sanford and what he did on liberals. I didn't know who this dude was from Adam. But within a search of less than 30 minutes, because I wanted to deep dive a little bit, the search, not just the first thing that came up. So first 30 minutes or so of reading article after article after article, watching video, clips and things. The first thing I saw was that this man ran his truck into a church, Mormon church, Church of Latter-day Saints, runs into the church, jumps out with weapons, not one, weapons, camouflage or a flak jacket or something they said he had on, looked militarized, goes inside the church and starts shooting people. Then pours an accelerant, they believed at the time, they may have changed, to be gasoline of some sort, sets the church on fire. And then somebody else from the outside found him in a parking lot or something like that and unalived him. Thank you for that, whoever did that. I didn't see that person's name. Thank you for your service. But he's unalived, place is burning, people inside, supposedly, I don't know what happened because I didn't learn about all this until I learned it earlier today. I don't know what they found, but they added a suggestion that there might be dead bodies inside. I haven't figured that out just yet because I haven't heard anything else since about it, at least on any news platform. No clips I found. But at the time that I knew about it, they were still trying to find out if there was other bodies inside. These MAGA people were blaming liberals. Before I did research, the first thing I saw was the truck. This man had, I believe, a Chevy truck with a bed, of course, and 2 American flags hanging out the back. Big ones. You don't have to be a genius to realize that is a sign of MAGA. They found more bodies in the church. Thank you, Alice. Prayers lifted up for them and their families. They did not deserve this. But you automatically knew by looking at that he was MAGA. And you already had liberals saying, not liberals, Republicans, before they had 1 ounce of a fact. I had multiple videos back to back to back. It's probably because I looked at the video fully and was like, what? Then looked at it again. I'm like, wow. Then after that, I guess my shit was filled with that. So over and over and over. Add every once in a while. And another one, a different person. Literally saying that this was a liberal, leftist, lunatic. And then I came across another MAGA. He literally explained that he looked at the person's front yard, this Thomas Jacob Sanford, because you can get his address. It was online. And he's got a camper, got a small little house, a little grassy area that's covering up the house and stuff like that. It's a little white rock road, and it's got a fence with a bunch of signs on it. And the left of the, on the fence in the back, to the left of the camper, is a stop sign that's, attached to his wall. Is a, what do you call it, a gate or fence. Like, stop, do not tread on my property type of thing. And then he puts a Trump, Vance, things that you had in your yard. He puts that on there, on top of there. And it's still there. This shot was taken June 2025 from Google Maps. This year, June. Donald Trump's been the president since January. Months later, this sign is still in his yard. Do you know what this MAGA idiot said? Look, he was a liberal because he said, stop Trump Vance. I was like, did he try and unalive Trump or Vance? Did he go somewhere and try to unalive a bunch of like MAGA people? He went to a church, Mormons. So how do you get liberal out of this? Donald Trump said, attack on Christians. Democrats are Christians too. When is there a war against Christians from the left or even the right for that matter? I haven't seen a war on Christianity. I've seen people realize that, in their life, there's no such thing, but they have the right for that. I haven't seen them say, oh, well, you should just die because I don't believe in it anymore. I haven't seen that. So somehow, this idiot came up with liberals are the ones who did it because he saw a stop Trump Vance. I say, you know what? Your critical thinking skills are 100% garbage. Trash. That sign has been on that man's wall for fucking ever. Look at the sign. It's old. Been there forever. The stop sign. The Donald Trump shit, that is new since the election. So it makes sense that this man just put that on top of that because that was a place to hang it. There's signs all along this idiot's fence. Bunch of white signs attached to the wall. There's really no other space. He has a sign, stop here. Has another sign, a white sign here. On the other side of his fence, there's a white sign. In the corner, there's another white sign. It looked like this dude was telling everybody to stay up off his property or get away or whatever. It looked like one of those places that did that shit. Not like this man had a shit ton of property in his front yard. But he had all these signs on his fence, like stay out type of stuff. And these MAGAs literally believed that this person was liberal. He had 2 flags on the back of a Chevy truck flying. Dems don't do that shit. We believe in our country, but we ain't about to be covering no flags on our vehicles. You will see us with a flag maybe hanging outside our crib. You won't even find one on our wall. That's some MAGA shit. Do we have to translate dipshittery to you? The MAGA dipshittery. We will not do that. That's not us. Now, there may be some backward ass country folk that take on the trend like you guys do, but on average, it ain't a thing. Then I dug a little bit deeper. Yes, I did. And I found a picture of Thomas Jacob Sanford. Guess what, y'all? He got on a MAGA shirt with his family out at some little, vacation. It was all like on Instagram. Little green camouflage thing with Donald Trump on it being super cool with glasses and American flag and all that. So I'm like, so that's a liberal. Just took you a hot second to look it up. Anybody with a brain saw the flags and knew it. But they went on their way to literally say he was liberal because he put it on top of a stop sign. That's where they stopped. The level of dumb fuckery that we deal with. No homework. Just wanted to find out, does this guy have anything that looks like he could possibly be a liberal? Oh, that? Okay, let me take it. What we deal with. It's insane. So we got 2 guys who are definitely, well, at least one I know for sure. Thomas Jacob Sanford was MAGA. And you didn't hear them say anything about this guy other than the fact that there is a war on Christians. I'm talking about like politicians. There's a war on Christians, Donald Trump says. And I'm like, by MAGA? But he didn't incorporate liberals on that. He just said a war on Christians. Then he moved on to other things that he thought was liberal to try and attach the two without attaching Thomas Jacob Sanford. These people are, how can I say, extraordinarily hateful. The gaslighting is strong. They use the gaslighting force big time. It's strong in these people. You wonder where they learned this gaslighting from. They didn't go to school because they're fucking stupid, but somehow they went to a gaslighting something, got the degree on how to gaslight. I mean, their gaslighting is phenomenal. They have to know they're doing it. Because to put this shit together, it's mastery. How do you come up with such bullshit so quick? It must be innate. I can't see them actually studying, getting in front of a camera or a mirror and saying it over and over again until they believed it. It must be within their DNA to bullshit. The colonizer gene must be strong. Because I don't see it. I don't see how they do it. But it's real. Very real. It's called gaslighting. Yes, B-Money. That's what I'm saying. Their gaslighting is strong because these people come up with it. And every one of them has this ability. If they're supreme at anything, it's gaslighting. They know how to make a lie into a truth for stupid people. It's like the stupid people cheat list. I can be able to get, how fast can you make a dumbass believe in you? They got a doctorate in that shit. So much that even on CNN and other stations, they just allow these people to lie. I got a few more examples before I know some of you guys are probably going to have to go here pretty soon. One of the things I realized is I asked myself why, and this is for CNN. CNN, why do you have Scott Jennings on your network? This is a legitimate question. Seriously. Why do you have him on your network? Because you pretend to be about news, and everything he says is not newsworthy. It's gaslighting. And I thought that if you're going to be a news station that is supposed to be delivering the news to the people and it's supposed to have some kind of journalistic integrity, you want it to be something that literally speaks to the people and protects the people from lies. So therefore, we can defeat the bullshit. Now, I'm not saying that you police what he says. I'm saying once he says it, because he has a right to say it, you should have something to negate the bullshit. You should not let it have breath. Don't let it breathe. Let him say it, then knock that shit out the air. But you keep giving him life, giving his bullshit life. And I got an example. There's a YouTuber here, Adam Mockler. Congratulations to that young man. He's getting on a lot of these programs and stuff like that. And I appreciate all these people who are out there fighting for truth. And I ain't got nothing against Adam Mockler. I love what he's doing. But my personal opinion about people like Adam Mockler and others is that they don't have enough bite to them. I love that they bring the facts, but they don't have that heart and like they believe in what they believe in. They just state facts. There's no to it. There's no stop lying to me to it. It is just kind of a weak, timid. That's not true. That shit just doesn't fly with me. Maybe it's because I'm too man for that shit. I can't fuck with that. I can't fuck with somebody talking to me like, you know what? That's just not the right way to go. Shut up. Got time for that shit. The fuck is that? That timid shit. Like, you're gonna get me to do something by saying, you know what? I really think that if you thought, shut up. Who's listening to that? That's why these people get run over all the time. That's why Democrats get run over all the time. They can't be definitive and in your face with shit. You don't have to cuss like me, but get up in their grill. Call them a liar when they lie. Don't say bullshit, just say that's a bunch of BS. Where's your facts? When you don't have any, shut it. Scott, shh. Wait, but what are you doing? Shh, shh, shh. Shh. Speak facts or shut the fuck up. You know how he gets that little frown in his face like he don't understand? I'm like, is the facts too strong for your blind? It blinding you? That's what happens when the devil sees shit that it can't stand. Yeah, it's blinding the shit out of you, isn't it? Facts are blinding the fuck out of you. You can't, I don't understand. How don't you understand the truth? You're so blinded by lies. The truth is too bright. Talk to this man like he deserved to be talked to. Not with respect, but with full disrespect. Every time he opened his mouth, if I was on the show, I'm like, so could we move on to something that actually is factual? That is not a factual human being. I don't believe the man can spell fact. Spell it. I'm not going to do what you tell me to do. I'm just telling you, you don't know how to spell it. I would get in his grill every time he opened his mouth. Because I would be the person who's sitting there. I'm not here to bring you anything other than to shut down a liar. Because you guys don't know how to do it. If you don't do it, I will. I'll sit there and be like, quiet. What I got to the conversation is, I'm not going to let him lie. You don't have to get any other information out of me. I'm not going to sit here and let him lie. As soon as he says a lie, I'm going to bring you the straight facts, tell you where your source can get it from, and ask him, where's his source? If you don't have one, shh, 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 shut it. You ain't going to tell me what to do? Shut it. I ain't going to let you spew to America lies. I would keep talking over him. They're like, well, you got to let him talk. No, I don't. You guys want to hear him speak. I don't want him to lie to the American people so they go out there and think that this man has an ounce of integrity. You let this shit float. All these shit particles in the air of all the bullshit he says, and you let it float in the air so that other people out there can listen to that because you want the ratings of dipshits too. Well, you don't love your country and you don't love journalism if you don't get to the fucking facts and protect the American people from propaganda and bullshit. That is the job of a journalist. Seeking the fucking truth, not ratings. And hopefully, ratings will come for those who are seeking the truth. Instead of pacifying it. Tired of wimpy ass fucking politicians. Well, shut up. You don't believe the shit you saying. Say it with your full chest. You don't want a real man being a politician because they won't accept the bullshit. You want a fucking snake salesman, snake oil salesman that's going to smile in your face and take away your rights. Fuck all that. You need somebody, we need somebody that can't be bought, that can't be shut up. That's what we need. That's going to tell you the facts, even though I may not have any of these other fucking Democrats on my side. I may not get anything done for my particular city or state, but what I'll get for you is the fucking facts. Now that is somebody who comes in to disrupt. Not somebody who comes in there and has to play ball with these lying snake in the grasses. And I'm talking about Democrats, some of them, and Republicans. We're sick of you guys lying and being passive. These people run all over you. Scott Jennings lies his ass off, and the media is literally, oh, well, Democrats are kind of weak. Really? They're weak because of what? Because they don't say anything. They try to take the high road. They don't fight fire with fire. They sit around and get punched in the mouth and walk away crying or writing a strongly worded letter. Pathetic. Now, why you run? Why do you run for office if you're going to be a pussy when you get there? Why? Why do you want to be a politician? You're too weak. You're not a politician. You're a snake. How can you literally get into office and do absolutely shit for the people that paid money for you to get what they asked for? And you go in and play punk. Grow some balls, why don't you? Jesus. You're like a Ken doll. Ain't got nothing down there. Nothing that tells me that you are a man. Let's watch this bullshit.
The radical left is causing the problem. They're out of control. They're saying things, and they're really dumb people. I mean, I look at Crockett, I look at some.
This fool said they're dumb people. You look at Crockett. Donald Trump, you are a dipshit. Everything you've done, you flunked at. The only thing you're great at is getting stupid people believing that you're smart. That right there, genius. But trust and believe, anybody with a fucking IQ bigger than the size of your fucking head knows better. Jasmine Crockett runs circles around you. Ask this fool to spell Crockett.
Some of these people, they're very low IQ people, actually. But the radical left is causing this problem. Not the right, the radical left.
It is the radical fucking right. Tell me when's the last time there was a radical left person unaliving people and causing crime? When was it? Who was it? The one who shot up Steve Scalise? Yeah. Before that, I can name you in the last week about 5 Republicans that they want to push off to be liberal. The ones who try to unalive this orange shit, both of them were Republicans, but they called them liberals. And it's strange how on CNN, they allow them to continue calling these people liberal while at the same time backing up that Jimmy Kimmel shouldn't have mentioned that they were MAGA because they really weren't. We don't know what they are. Really? All the while, Donald Trump, J.D. Vance, Scott Jennings have called them all liberal. And we haven't seen you kick them off the TV shows and the shit that they in. You know, none. You don't even contest it.
And it's going to get worse, and ultimately it's going to go back on them. I mean, bad things happen when they play these games. And I'll give you a little clue. The right is a lot tougher than the left. But the right's not doing this. They're not doing it, and they better not get them energized.
That was an odd thing to say. I mean, in this moment, the point about the kind of anti-ICE nature of the shooting is taken, right? We know that. But then for him to say it might come back to them, I'm not sure that is what's right here.
Yeah, I'm pretty tired of conservatives gaslighting about the current political environment and Donald Trump's rhetoric when all of this escalation can be traced back to his entrance into American politics. His claim to fame was saying that Obama wasn't born in America. He was the first presidential candidate to have his crowd chant, "Lock her up," about a political opponent. You can bring up the insurrection. Even in the past few weeks, my home city of Chicago, he posted a photo of Chicago being invaded by the Department of War. So the broader point here is Donald Trump endlessly deflects and tries to blame it on the other side when he is the one responsible for amping up the tension in America. And I've spent all of my formative years throughout high school, throughout college, looking to the president, who I'm supposed to be able to look up to, and seeing somebody who's trying to place blame on the left, who's amping up the rhetoric constantly. And yeah, it's not good.
Exactly. before I let this little dipshit in training or whatever Scott Jennings is, trash human being, before I let him speak, what Adam Mockler said there, you know, again, he's 22 years old, young man, doing great work. I see him all the time. I followed him a while back ago. Gives you facts and things like that, does a lot of work. When he was doing MAGA, a lot of his videos I was using to do Trump Whisperer Translating Stupid, because he'd go out there and interview these people. And so what he said is exactly what I fight for, because my kids are, one of them is about his age, one of them younger than him. My daughter's 21, he's 22. My son is a little bit older, and about 5 years older, so still in his 20s. And so when I pay attention to this shit, it's all about I'm defending what my kids are going to go through, right? And their kids are going to go through. And this young man hit the nail on the head about what these people have had to look up to. It's sad that a 22-year-old, right, looks at the president to look up to it and realizes he's nobody to look up to. That he, as a young man, is something that Donald Trump should look up to. And that's sad that a grown-ass 80-year-old man has less morality than a 22-year-old kid trying to figure life out. That's pitiful. Then you got Scott Jennings, an older man that is sitting here trying to school a kid that has way more understanding of facts, truth, responsibility, love, respect, than him and Donald Trump and an entire MAGA group of people, the millions, all culminated together, don't match the intellect this young boy has. It's insane. You're going to see this piece of shit human try to literally school him on something that he hasn't learned himself. It's unfathomable. It's like, wow. The dipshittery is strong that he literally thinks he has something to offer this child. Woo! Your parents did a better job, Adam. Your parents did a better job than this dude's parents did. They failed the fuck out of him.
You think it's Donald Trump's fault that a deranged leftist climbed up to the top of a building and shot up the ICE facility, not once now, but twice in Texas?
Okay, stop there. Nobody stopped him from saying that. Let's better understand what happened here, because that's what I like to deal with, facts, not bullshit. He's talking about the guy in Texas who shot at the ICE facility, mind you, killing one of the immigrants and migrants, whatever they decided if they were, and shooting two other ones. I don't know if they passed away or not, because I haven't found out any more information since it happened. And other than the fact of finding out that they did the research, first of all, that gun had the bullet had something about anti-ICE on it or something like that. And supposedly they found a letter with him talking about basically F-ICE type of situation. Now, is there a record that this young man is a liberal? That would be a fuck no. There's no record. You know what they have a record of him being? An independent. That's all they have a record is. An independent. That's it. So he's an independent and somehow that's liberal? Oh, okay. So they got other stuff as far as the letter. Well, the letter just says he's anti-ICE. Are you telling me that liberals, not liberals, but independents and Republicans don't have a problem with ICE? Hold on for a second. Name me if you think he's liberal, name me a Democrat other than Bernie Sanders who was a Democrat and went over to being an independent. I can't think of one. I ain't saying it never happened, but I can't think of one off the top of my head, even though I know one that went to being an independent. If it wasn't one of the ones that became MAGA later, she dropped out. when she was supposed to be a Democrat, but she really wasn't a Democrat. She was always voting with Trump, so she was not a Democrat. That's the one that had the, I think that's the one who had the little gray streak in her hair and shit like that, the Dalmatian trick. Her, and then you got the other one that was always on the fence and would vote for Donald Trump shit in his state. I guess he was in a purple state or whatever. Him. I think he left and tried to become an independent to become a president, run for president, because he wasn't going to go against Biden. But that was just a trip to go there to get out of this party so that he can try and win an election against Biden. But once, Kamala came in, he got his ass waxed and he might as well just sit his ass down because nobody gave a fuck about him. That was Manchin. I think it was Joe Manchin. Yeah. They did that for political expediency. But someone who actually went to the party and loves the party, very few. Off the top of my head, I can think of Adam Kinzinger, left the party, voted for Kamala. He's a Republican still. Oh, well, no, he went to independent, left Republican. Liz Cheney, left Republican, went to independent and voted for Kamala Harris. And there's many, many more MAGA that left to go to independent. So you're saying independents are now liberals. But independents are filled with real, like, Republicans, like Reagan Republicans. Republicans now are batshit crazy MAGA, which is not the real Republican. The Republican Party got kicked out of their own party. And you don't think they're pissed off about that? Enough to want to take Donald Trump out to get their party back? This party divided itself. And when it divided itself, it said, fuck you to true Republicans who have been Republicans their entire life. They were their daddy's Republican. They love Republican conservatism. And once comes a orange creature that bastardizes their shit, their basic religion, so to speak, and turns it into the trash heap it is now. And you don't think you're going to piss off enough Republicans who are batshit crazy enough already to start unaliving people, specifically Donald Trump and others. You don't think that was going to happen? Well, the person who tried to unalive Donald Trump, MAGA. The second one to try to unalive Donald Trump, MAGA, at least Republican, okay? I would say, I don't know if it was MAGA, but they were Republicans, not liberals. Okay, this young man that you found to be liberal was an independent. Why wasn't he a Democrat? Oh, you got to go to possibly other areas in his life. They think his mother was a Democrat. Guess what? That's not fucking true. We don't know that. That's just some rumor. Why do I not know that? Because I went to go look. In the place they live in, it's like Collins County in Texas. In that place, it's McKinney, I believe, Texas or something like that. You can't find out what party they're in, right? In that area. You can't find out what party they're in. Why? Because the registration is open. Which means I can vote in a primary as a Republican in the Democratic primary. Now, what would be the purpose of an independent or Republican being registered as an independent, voting in the primary of a Democrat party? There are good ways and there are bad ways to do that. One is to make sure that you want to vote for the person that you think is going to lose against the person that you really want. So you want that person elected. So you will go and vote for the person that you really want to lose. That's what happens in open voter registration. And if you look at a voter registration card, it doesn't have independent on it. They purposely leave it off. So how they even know this shit, I don't know. Because it's not on any record. Maybe they asked somebody, I don't know. But the record doesn't show it. Go look it up yourself. I found out how to get to the father's information. His father's name is Andrew. I think his last name is Jonta or something. How do you say his last name? Found it. It doesn't have whether he was a Republican or Democrat. His mother doesn't tell you if he's a Republican or Democrat. But somehow MAGA automatically thinks he's a Republican. And I know I'm out the screen. Automatically thinks he's a Republican. I mean, a Democrat. He's a liberal. How? How do you know? This is the problem. They never question Scott Jennings. Where do you get your information from? He never, and they did it. I think he did. Adam Mockler did, and he couldn't answer. Him and another black guy that's on the show. Scott Jennings brought up some bullshit. You know what? Joe Biden did it. Joe Biden did what? Or Joe Biden said, to send people after, Donald Trump. It was his DOJ that did it. I said, where's the letter or note or tweet or anything that said anything about going after them from Joe Biden? Well, there was a political article that quoted him. Well, they said that he was steaming behind the scene, that he wasn't going fast enough. Who said it? What was the source? I don't know. Okay, then. So you're going off of some kind of gossip that was written in Politico that didn't even say an anonymous source. You just made the shit up. They caught him. That's one thing I saw. Adam Mockler and the young black man that was there caught him in a lie. He just sat there and be like, I don't know. And Adam Mockler, again, much respect to this young man, he said, you literally said that there was a public statement that he said something private. How the hell is that him doing what Donald Trump did, putting out a personal message to Pam Bondi about going after James Comey and other enemies? Biden's never done that, but you keep attributing Biden to the same thing. And Alyssa on the show said, Biden did it. I'm like, Alyssa, the one lady off The View. I'm like, Alyssa, when did Biden do this? I mean, you just can't be spitting shit out. When did he do it? You don't have a date. You don't have a time. You don't have a quote. So please shut it. And Abby, quick question, sis. It's your show. You might want to tighten up on the moderation because they run all over you and they say bullshit, and you obviously either don't have the facts or don't give a fuck enough to literally shut it down. Being cordial when people are lying in front of you, I don't know what it is. You know what I really think it is? And I may be wrong, but I think these anchors don't give a fuck. They're just cashing a check. I think they don't care about politics or journalism. They're waiting to get off, to get their coffee or whatever they drink, their bourbon, sit their ass down and collect their check. Because I don't think you give a damn about journalism if you're sitting there and allowing bullshit and fuckery to go on when you're supposed to allow journalism to go on. And in this point, you suck in this show with journalism. Not every time, but shit, a lot of times. You allow that Orange Creedon Jr. to say shit. And sometimes you go at him, but you just agree to disagree and leave it at that. But you don't bring the facts. You just say, that's not true. I don't believe that's true. I don't believe. Don't say that. Don't say I don't believe. I know that not to be true. Here are the facts. 1, 2, 3, fact. Where your fact at? Ain't got one? Shh. Shh. But see, all y'all worried about getting a check because the white people who own your station brought on this dipshit to spew this crap for ratings. They don't give a fuck about America getting back to a country that gives a shit about one another. They're trying to exploit your anger. They're trying to exploit everything else. A check comes at the end of it. Cash is at the end of it. And they don't give a fuck about fucking up the country they say they love to be able to cash that check. That's pathetic, un-American, and pure evil. People should shut down CNN for that shit. Any news station for that shit. Chasing the mighty dollar and literally fucking up American livelihood just so that you can get paid. How about you tell them the truth? Millions of people will come back. And I guarantee you, you have great ratings, CNN. Get back to telling the fucking truth. Get back to fighting for America by not allowing propaganda to live. Kill this shit where it stands. That's where you say you love America and you love journalism. You love the Constitution. Because right now I see dollars over the Constitution. You're trampling the Constitution to make money. When you can make a shit ton of money literally telling the truth and abiding by the Constitution. The news is supposed to be for the people so that the government doesn't stomp on us, so that we know the facts. And we got Fox working for the government and not the people. That's not journalism. And little by little, ABC paying the head of the government to leave them alone when you had the upper hand. You just didn't want to piss off a government, but you're the news. You're not supposed to be the government's right-hand man. You're supposed to be the people's right-hand man so that you can fight against the government for doing bad and evil and bribery. But if you're in the pocket of them, you can't be in the pocket of Americans. You can't be fighting for us and accepting bribes or falling for bribes from them. You having to pay this man for him breaking the law. So he'll leave you alone so you can have more money flowing in. Get government contracts and shit. That's pathetic, America. That's what we've come to. Yeah, Vicky Walker, when CNN let go of Don Lemon, I left too. I only see clips from them. And I'll go on. There's another brother. I forgot his name. He's a Latin brother. I don't know if he's Latin or black. I think he's mixed with that, but I want to say he's Latin though, just darker skin. He has one too. Something about politics couch or something like that. Political couch. I don't know, but the brother's good. He always break down these CNN things, so I'll end up watching CNN through him. So I give him the ratings. But I'll see these little clips and then I'll be like, oh, I'll take that and talk about it. But I don't sit down and watch CNN ever anymore since Don Lemon left. But we're going to continue down with this right here. And it's almost over.
I think it's Donald Trump's fault that America has gotten to this heated place. I think that
no responsibility for the radicalization on the left that's causing this violent outburst.
29-year.
This fool just said no responsibility for the radical left that's causing all this violence. And nobody checked him on it. This young man right here is trying to check him on it. But again, this is a nice young man. I don't expect him to have the heat like me and others have. I don't expect him to have that. Protect this man's heart and soul. I don't want him to have this. But this right here comes from a person who fed up with shit. Not gonna sit here and take the bullshit and let it ride and be comfortable with somebody lying to me. I don't do that. So I understand being young and trying to, fight the system in a more cordial way, because that gets you on TV and shit. That does. But fuck TV if I gotta be something different than telling the truth. I ain't trying to get in front of people just so they can kiss my ass and shit because I speak the way they want me to speak. I tell you the facts. That's it. My way. That's all I ask. Anybody else, you're going to tell me the facts? You can tell me your way. Calm, angry, scream. I don't care. As long as the facts, I'm good. I accept it. I learn from it. I get better because of it. I don't sit here and tell people how I'm going to receive the facts from you. I just want the facts. You can give it to me kindly or as an asshole. But as long as it's factual, I'm good. I don't get hurt like that. But when this young man responds back to him, he's in a kind, respectful way. At this point, I would be into this Scott Jennings. And he wished we cut, because somebody stopped the cameras. I got to go to the restroom. Because I'll be like, hold it. Did you just say take responsibility? The man in which you call the liberal is not a liberal. And I just broke down the facts as to how he's not a liberal. His letter had nothing liberal to say about it. It literally said that he doesn't like ICE. He want to bring pain to the ICE people. That don't mean shit. You know why? Because there were many people that believed in Donald Trump that voted for Donald Trump that I've seen on social media that are shitty because he took their wives who happen to be Latin or from another country, and they've been kicked out of this country, and they can't stand Donald Trump right now. They can't stand ICE right now. And you think because somebody can't stand ICE, they're liberal? No. They're fed up. And if you want to look at the facts, he's an independent. Stop it. And Abby Phillip, Adam Mockler, Alyssa, whatever her name is, and the brother was on this show, did not check this man and tell him the guy's not liberal. He's an independent. Liberals are Democrats. Independents are a mixture. And there's nothing about this kid that says he was a liberal. Angry at ICE? Yeah. But what does that mean? You jump to conclusions. But you're the same man, Scott Jennings, that wanted Jimmy Kimmel fired for you jumping to conclusions. He blamed MAGA. He really didn't. He said you guys are trying to blame anybody but MAGA. That means that you guys are blaming liberals and you have no evidence because it could be MAGA. That's what that means. It doesn't say that the person is MAGA. But see, your skills of being able to understand comprehension, your reading comprehension, you just proved, and any other people who heard that, you proved that your reading comprehension skills are trash. He did not blame MAGA. He said you were trying to push it off on anybody else but MAGA. Not the same. So that proved to me it's not the same. That proved to me that you guys have no fucking clue how to read, how to comprehend. It's trash. And Abby Phillip, I know you're not that way. So when they say this shit, why aren't you telling them that he did not blame MAGA? But instead, you guys roll with the punches as if it was true. When I heard it, I understood it. But somehow, so many millions of people in this country could not comprehend that. That told me your reading comprehension skills are trash. Even people who have jobs to be journalists, your reading comprehension skills are trash. And that's sad. Very sad. Reese Colbert, Reese, that's a brother, right? I think it's spelled R, like Reese Peasy type of thing. That's what it looks like. I know who you're talking about. He's really good. He's a comedian. He does a lot of the funny stuff and gets to the facts and all that stuff like that. It's very enjoyable. I enjoy his stuff too. I really do. Joy Reid, Don Lemon, I do watch them as well, Alice. So I'm not going to go any further with this on that level. This young man did a great job. Like I said, my problem with most of this is that it's not genuine. You know, if a person is willing to lie to you, right? And I mean, lie to you so much that you get tired of trying to fight the truth, so you allow the lie to come through. Stop inviting them. There's no reason that Scott Jennings should have a job on CNN if you're talking about being a journalist, if you're talking about spreading facts. But see, the discourse in this country is you want to stay divided because you don't try to find a common truth. You allow idiocy to be, and this is what I really want to break it down to. Just look at this from a bird's eye view. And people who are my age will better understand this. We always knew we had stupid people amongst us. We always knew that. But we also knew that the stupid people remained in this little area over here for dumbasses. They were never to be given power, just in their little community, little, bullshit ass area they live in, 100 people or whatever. That dipshittery was contained. The rest of us, we believed to have common sense, and therefore the idiots would never overtake people who had common sense and people who were highly intelligent. But no. When idiocy and these fools that believe in white supremacy because they're afraid of a white man not getting what he deserves just because he's white and not because he's talented enough, when you get that together, it starts to grow and gather people of other races, colors, and creeds into believing that the idiots will have their backs too. Why? Because we're all idiots. We're going to have your back because the elite, they don't care about us. So dipshit ass black, Latin, Asian, join on with the racists who say they aren't racist because they know you're stupid. And they believe we can have power by pretending that we're not racist, creating organizations and getting millions of dollars backed by the whole process of taking over again and letting stupid people rise. So now, the people that we relegated to just dipshit row are now running our country. And Donald Trump saw that well over a decade ago, that dumb people wanted to feel smart too. And Democrats didn't realize the dipshits amongst us wanted to rise and matter. And that's what happened. So all this, Democrats didn't do this and Republicans didn't do this. You guys didn't do shit, but not ignore the idiots and allowed them to gain power. Now the idiots think they're smart. Go figure. And they're getting their way because this country, not only did they give idiots power, they gave them all the power. The House, the Senate, the judicial, and the presidency. Dipshits are us. It's a smorgasbord of dumb fucks, and we're just sitting there riding it. We've allowed the idiots to take control. And we sit here and spit facts, and they don't matter. Because their alternative facts put them in a position of power. Why be smart when I can be stupid and powerful? And I got a dumbass always telling me, you guys are smart because you're MAGA. How do you win against dumb people who think they're smart? That's why they hate liberals. Because we actually earned our intelligence. And they stole theirs. Now they want to be like us. Bright leaders, have great ideas that dipshits will say, oh, I'll put money behind that. Because dumb is now the new intelligent. That's what America did. Put stupid people in smart positions. And everything we're going through is falling the fuck apart. We're watching Democrats just roll around trying to figure it out. You can't figure out stupidity, people. Dumbness is like jello. The shit moves. There's no solid foundation. It's just jiggly. Think about that being a brain cell. It's just jiggly. They don't have any foundation whatsoever. They don't believe in nothing. Stay in power. That's it. We rule. Dumb people on top. We can't stand elite. Anybody that's above a 6th grade fucking education is elite now. I said, dipshits or us. Yes, I did. But straight facts, you brought it. Thank you, DJ. I appreciate the donation. What did I get? I see it up there somewhere. There it is. Thank you very much. That's the way it works. And we fight. And here's the point. There's no fighting stupid. We have to create solutions that beat them because, again, if we're smarter than them, we can get it back. We just have to make smart moves because they can't figure that shit out. But they're way ahead of our leaders. The American people can see it a mile away. Our leaders are confined in this bubble where they believe the traditional ways of getting shit done is going to put them back on top again. Come closer, Democrats. It's not going to fucking happen. You can't defeat a new Frankenstein monster with the same ways that you was dealing with just a regular demon. These people are different. You can't fight them the same way. And you guys keep trying to use the same game plan. Wait them out, stall, sue them to death. All while you're going over here, they're over here destroying democracy. They're out here destroying the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, the Third, all of the Constitution. The damage they're doing within less than a year now. We got 3 more years for them to solidify the fuckery that is America, like light. The American dream is gone as long as they're in office. And if they're there 4 years, there will not be an America left. Not the one that we wanted for our kids. These are the same people that created more debt in 4 years than any president in American history in 4, 8, or even more years for some earlier in the early beginning of this country. And you expect them to do the same thing and have a different change? Last time they did this exact same shit. Boy, it made it worse. The tariffs are 1,000,000 times worse. So much so that Donald Trump's talking about putting some of our money together to help bail out the farmers. Fuck that. The farmers put themselves in this position. We don't want you saving them. They voted for this shit. We should not be saving them. We should be letting them fail and putting in farmers who know how to fucking vote for their fucking best interest. I'm tired of every time these dipshits vote for the wrong thing, we got to bail them out. Let them fail. They need to, so they can learn. Here you are, giving them money for fuck-ups, bailing them out. Give those farms to people who know how to fucking vote for their best interest. They're horrible business people. If they hear that you're going to destroy their fucking crops, oh, I'll vote for that. Why? White supremacy. Couldn't have been anything else. You telling me you voted for your best interest when they said they're going to throw on tariffs, and the last time they did that tariff shit, you went under? So you're going to do it again. And Joe Biden is the one who gave you guys subsidies to be able to farm and build back America and all that shit. Donald Trump canceled all that shit and put you back on fucking welfare. And you happy with that? It's a sad day in America, y'all. I want to really ask America, under Donald Trump, what is there to be proud of? How are you proud to be an American when you got a tyrant like that leading it, fucking everything up, and pretends like he knows what the fuck he's doing? But I know it's kind of a stupid question because, again, like I just said, stupid people feel important now. We got the idiots running the damn machine. And until it falls the fuck apart, will America realize the fuckery they pulled? But they won't learn from it. Trust and believe that. Because that would take taking responsibility for your actions. And MAGA is allergic to taking responsibility for their actions. They love to push them off on everybody else. Where's the lie? All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad to be back. The shoulder's good. It's better. I turn my neck. Still kind of tight, but everything is good. I appreciate y'all for being here. Thanks to all my members and subscribers. And man, I love y'all. I can't do this without you. Just keep getting those facts out there. It doesn't stop with me. It doesn't even start with me. I'm just a part of the process. But the reality is we have to get the facts out. We have to start creating solutions that can be able to defeat this. Playing the things like we always did in the past is not going to fix it. They have a maniacal person by the name of Russ Vought that has come up with Project 2025 with more evil ass white men that want to take over the fucking world again and become colonizers of this particular century. And Americans are not better for it. Trust and believe. So we got to figure out something that defeats it. And Democrats who are in office, you got to figure out what it is we need to defeat. You running behind everything. You need to get in front of what they got going on next. You need to ask, and this is what I'm tripping off of, Democrats. I don't know what's legal, what's not legal. But, oh, it's a black woman. I don't know who that is then. Reese Colbert. Here's the thing. Democrats, leadership. Go back and look at it if you don't believe me. Russ Vought's people in a documentary, and even Russ Vought himself when he was in this documentary undercover, he said the 900 pages that they released are the outward facing plan. They have another booklet that describes what they do on the inside, and that will not be released. You need to go to court and force them to release that document. That will give you the insight as to what they've already destroyed and what they plan to destroy. You need their game plan. And they should be able to give that FOIA, Freedom of Information Act. They should not be able to have a secret plan, a deep state that you don't know about. What they're pulling off has been planned, and they wrote it down, and Russ Vought said it in an actual video out of his mouth and one of his assistants' mouths, that there was going to be another document that they have that nobody will see. And they were going to be able to communicate through a secret process, no emails, because that will make it foiable. So they've been working off a signal to do this. Why in the fuck aren't you working on that? And if you are, tell the American people you're fighting for them. Quit being wussies. Step up. Fight. Done. Give me some rest. I'm sick of this. It's like you're fighting in the dark. Dems are not giving their people the knowledge they need to be able to help you in the fight. We can't sit in the dark and expect you to just win it for us. We need you to be transparent about what they're doing. I don't care whom you assign as the American people like liaison, but you need to assign somebody that runs out to a mic on a daily that delivers information about what you're doing for the fucking people. Be the conduit for the fucking people. Give facts to us people out here in the streets that love facts so that we have a direct line with the politicians who are literally fighting, who say they are, for the people. We don't need, the leaders of the party and the minorities to come out and get in the mic every so often to say what's going on. Get a liaison for that. Get your ass in a fight and stay in the fight and send out the speakers. We'll take them. Because then we can get the information and we can make sure that you're still in the fight and not out here talking about strongly lettered wording and shit or strongly worded letters. Ugh. Why you don't have this, I don't get. It's too simple. But anyway, much love to you guys. You guys have a good night. Appreciate all of y'all. I'll see you tomorrow around the same time. It's almost 6 a.m. 6 p.m. on the Pacific Standard Time. You guys take care. Much love to you. Let me see here. I'll take this down. I see you. Good night. I'll see you guys when I see you. Take care.